Morning, team. Right, let's have a look, see who's in this morning. Good morning, team. There we are. We have Mr. Armand, Simon, Lola. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Right, so we've already had a nice winning trade this morning, as sent out in the members channel. Um, we took a contrarian trade here, so I am looking for breakout longs now. Good morning, Tanzania. Good morning, Danny. Um, so members, this morning we got T1, T2 through taking this little correction trade. We were obviously slightly aggressive with our trade management as it is against market momentum for the day. Now, yesterday you saw our bias was shorts and we had a level on here that we said look for breakouts above 32.49 and would look to continue the market higher. You got T1 and T2 this morning. Fantastic. Well done. Yeah, I was on a coaching session with Simon when I sent that out. Um, so well done, Danny. Well done, Peter. I know you got T1, T2 this morning as well. Um, so what I'm looking for right now is, and this is what I was explaining to Simon this morning. The weekly is obviously in a correction. We're seeing market selling off on the weekly. But what we've seen now is we've seen a change in structure. We've seen these progressive lower highs change into higher highs now. And we broke the structure that I was really wanting to see us get above, which was here. And then from that point, we've got clear market for 290 points. Now, what we have done is overnight, we've printed and we've created a new resistance level. We've seen sellers come in, pull the market down a little bit. So what we need to see is either the market pull back into somewhere down here or all the way down here and buyers come back into the market and we can look for BPC trades long. So today my focus is going to be looking for long trades. That's my focus. Even though I've sold the market, my focus where I think the big pips will come will be for long trades. Okay, does that make sense, guys? So my focus for where I see bigger moves is going to be to the upside. However, I'm happy to trade it short. Hence, we traded this morning. So I'm looking for breakout. So let's just mark it on the chart. So breakout long above 32.67 or BPC trades after correction and buy a candle. So that's going to be my focus, and that's where I think the bigger pips will come. Let's put that in there. Move it that way. Okay. Everyone happy with that? Still a bit hot. Don't fancy scalding my mouth while I'm on live stream. Perfect. Morning Anna, morning Frankie. Yeah. So let's just sit tight and hopefully what have we got? If we're gonna watch the quarter to seven candle, we're just gonna need to see it close a little bit high. 32.67. Wow, that's how bad my eyes were this morning when I wrote that down. It should be 57. Yeah. So that's what we're looking for. Now, sells. I think if you're gonna do a sell, hmm, Right, I'm just hourly. Hourly, you can. It's going to be the same sort of entry because we're going to wait for a close above. The only difference with the hourly, you can literally place orders above that hourly high if you wanted right now. Looking at this as a gift, you've got strong momentum, inside candle, market's paused to take a breath back, and buyers are coming straight back in. So you can do that. I mean, personally, I think I'd wait for the 15, but either way, you can look for long straight above here. Uh, could you look for sells under the hourly low? Uh, you could, but in theory, that's already triggered, right? So if you imagine that you were trading underneath the hourly low, in theory, that's already taken you in the trade, and now you're offside. So I wouldn't want to get involved in looking at that right now. Okay, I'd if I'm going to look for sells, I need to I'd probably need to see it push up and then start to break structure again because now, in theory, you've got a 30-minute support level here. So I'd look for a close below there on the 30. But I think I think this market, as we've agreed earlier, we're looking for longs as our primary focus. We've got 6 minutes for the market to get above here. Uh, for the eager beavers out there that want to trade with momentum, you can put buy stops above the high of this candle here. So the high of this candle here is going to be the hourly high, which if you look at this, this is what I was just showing you. So this inside candle is what I'd call the gift. Here we are. We've got strong momentum from what time is that? 2 a.m. this morning. We've literally just gone from 31, so we've done about $25, $27 in a straight line. One candle, 1 hour candle to pause, and now the buyers look like they're coming back. So how many of you would trade this one here? And how many of you would be waiting for the 15-minute candle closure? There's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. It's just you do what you're going to do according to uh, your uh, your rules, your trade plan. Right, let's see if we're going to get a visit from the little one this morning. See if she can. I know she's still sleeping. Okay, so what are we thinking, guys? We H1 or M15? No, something. So today, I'm not going to be able to stay until 8 o'clock, unfortunately. I could probably stay until maybe about 7:40. Uh, M15 for Mr. Almond. Nice. That's going to be my preferred method as well. So, we've got some coffee morning at school where we're going to talk about how much of a genius our 3-year-olds are. Okay, guys, so maybe the 15 is not going to play out in the next 4 minutes. We need to get a close above 3257. Um, while we're waiting for this to happen, let's take a look. I'm just going to put my alerts on. So MT4, alert saved me a lot of time and staring at charts because gold breaking out long. Uh, alert. So gold short break of structure. Okay, so I've just put both alerts in there. So I'm, like I said, I'm happy to go long. I'm happy to go short. Bias is with the longs, but I'll trade either. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a close above on the 15 now, but you never know. We could see a lot happen in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Right, let's take a look at the DAX while this is planning out. Okay, so let's start with top-down analysis. So looking at the weekly, what do we see on the weekly, guys? Well, weekly is we've had a huge move lower, and then since that huge move lower, what did it drop from its highs? 4,000, 20%, and it's nearly gained the 20% straight back. So we've seen a 4,000 point move lower, and it's eating it all back up in near enough the same amount of weeks. Looking at the daily, we had structure formed, a pullback, and then we've consolidated, and then we've had another break above that structure point, and then since then we've been pretty much printing up range candles every day apart from this day here, which was an outside candle. So the market came down, took out the lows, and then printed an up range candle. Yesterday we saw another up range candle, but it was a bearish up range. What I mean by it is it's created a new high and it respected the previous candle's low. And then today we started to move lower initially and then we're pushing higher. Next daily structure is not until we get to 23,141, so still plenty of room there. We broke above the previous daily structure, so we need to drop down to the lower time frames to identify next areas of interest. Uh, we've broken above the 4 hour, and there's 4 hour support. So now looking at 4 hour, we're coming back to test that area. However, what does it look like on the hourly? Hourly, we readjust. We've had a break above this morning and we've come back inside the range. So we're seeing a potential false break on the cards here. Let's have a look at it on the 30. Okay, the 30, pretty much identical. Now, would I trade a false break here? No. There's a few things that I like about it, but there's also a few things that I don't like about it. What I don't like about is are these candles here because these are like your, let's say your overnight Asian range, and you can see how there's small bodies and wicks. So as we've got the close below back into the range, we're coming back in to test this area. We're not in clean candle space. So if I was to trade the false break, I'd wait for the hourly candle and then I'd trade the low of this if we've got enough room down to here. So you got 29 pips, so you could look at the lows underneath there. Uh, so based off the 30, okay, so if I was looking at this, I'd look for buys above 22,821. Now remember the buys above 22,821. This is based off IG index data on TradingView. So when you're looking at these levels and you're looking at it on TradingView, don't just input these numbers into your MT4, MT5, C-Trader platform, whatever it is you're trading. Because if you put these numbers in, you'll probably find that you're going to be out by quite a bit because especially on the indexes, gold's not so bad, but indexes you'll find that these prices can vary 20 to 40 points. So, and that's the difference between maybe T1, T2, or, or not getting triggered. So use this for analysis and then cross-reference with your broker platform. Yeah. So I think for shorts, to be fair, I'd probably be waiting for. One second, guys. Just go. Okay, so I think if I'm going to look for sells on here, let's have a look, see what range we've got. Yeah, so DAX, so so if I'm looking for any sells on the DAX, it's going to be below. Okay, gold's breaking to the downside. No rush on that. Sells below 22,740. Let's have a look what news we've got coming out today. Non-farm at 130. Average hourly earnings, unemployment rate. Okay, so other than that, there's nothing that's really going to impact the DAX. So we're good here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. So no major news. We've got a range of 90 pips. Huge range on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the buys definitely, we've got some huge range here on 150. We'll have some of that. 150 pip range. Now, if we've got anyone new in the channel today from anywhere, just so you can see, we did, if there's anyone new in, we do have a free Telegram channel that you can see some information on, where we sent out the trade this morning. Now, if you're looking for a free Telegram channel, the links are in the description. Also, you can see it there. Other than that, right now, what are we doing with Trading Chain? We've got some really good promo offers for potential new members. We've just done a fantastic collaboration partnership with Instant FX Capital. So Instant FX Capital, if you want to check them out, guys, they are a instant funding provider of obviously accounts, and the beauty of these guys, there is, I'll just post a link there. So if you're looking for the most accommodating conditions to trading, to trade in, not trading, then this is where you want to be looking at generating an instant funded account. And the reason I say that is What have we got? We've got 8 minutes. Potential setup here on gold in 8 minutes. We're going to wait for this candle. And the reason I say that is you don't have daily drawdown. There's no daily drawdown loss limits. So no 4%, 3%, 5% in a day. The trailing drawdown, there isn't one. You can buy and sell, you can hedge, you can use EAs, you name it, you can do it. Whereas you'll find that most providers out there are looking to find a way you can trade through news, you can hold over weekends, you can hold overnight, no penalties. They're not going to charge you extra to make an extra 10% on a day or so if you want a bigger profit split. No, it's just a flat rate. This is what it is. No hidden agendas. They're paying out very nicely. We're having members have been paid out already. So if you're looking at instant funded accounts, click on Instant FX Capital. The link is in the bio. Now, as I said, uh, anyone that opens an account with them, we've just done a partnership with them. So if you do open a 3K or a 5K instant funded account, you'll be entitled to 30 days membership with Trade and Train free. After that, then you'll go on to the normal tariffs. If you open a 10K and above, you'll get 90 days. This will put you in all the Telegram channels, etc. So if you want to be involved with Trade and Train to some extent and get a funded account, there's no better time to do it. You've got like about 5, 6 days left of this offer. So just click on that link, instantfxcapital.com, and you'll be able to join the community of my excellent traders and people and start to develop your trading alongside us. And do you know what, guys? It's a great community to be in. I'm sure any members that are in here right now will second that, won't you, guys? I'm glad you said that, Simon. If you didn't say that, you were being kicked out. No, I'm only joking. Frankie, Frankie's the most recent member to have been paid out, so well done, Frankie. Um, so we're just gonna wait patiently now. I don't know why you're all bloody laughing and saying, of course. You guys, you kill me. Unreal. Okay, so we have 5 minutes for a potential setup. Now look, even for the short side, we can still go good 70 odd pips lower before we can start thinking about it. I mean, realistically, for the structure, you can come all the way down here. So there's 170 points. Got to keep the head size. Uh, got to keep the head size under control for later with Princess. Uh, well, let's see if she storms into the room this morning. I mean, I've started. We are on stream a little bit earlier. Wow, you guys. The oh, Saley's in also. He's well awake. So everyone here in the UK, we're just well saying that I've been on coaching sessions since 5:30. So second coffee's finally kicked in and I'm feeling wide awake now. All right, nice to see Surly in here this morning. Nice to see Global Markets from Tanzania in this morning. So welcome, guys. We're just waiting a few minutes now just to see what happens with gold. Potential for another sell on it. Even though my bias is long, potential for another sell. Just waiting for the hourly to close. We've got what? Just over 2 minutes for it to close. Hi, buddy. How's the weather in New South Wales today? Has it been a screaming hot day, or is it starting to cool down a little bit for you now? Oh, believe it or not, we're having some. It's starting to cool off. Well, we had 28 degrees yesterday in the UK. Yes, 28 degrees, the hottest start to May on record, I believe. It's not going to last long though, apparently. Right, we've got about a minute. Yeah, just over a minute, and then we can look for a uh, potential sell. Uh, for me, I love the heat, mate. So it's one of those things. I think because we're so deprived from it here in the UK, when it comes, we all try and just get out in it as much as possible. Uh, my missus is from Sri Lanka, and I think they're so annoyed of the heat that whenever it's around, they like the heat, but they never sit in it. Whereas you get a bit of heat, mate, I'm lying in that thing all day. Right. Okay. Let's see if we get a wick up. If we get a wick up, then I'm going to be looking to sell the low of this hourly candle. If it just breaks the lows, guys, I'm leaving it. Yeah. Ah, option trader. Now, options isn't something I'm very familiar with. Um, my one of my old investors, all he used to do was sell puts on stocks, take the premium, and then his strike rate would be the price that he wanted to buy the stock at. Um, he had super deep pockets though. I mean, his credit lines were minimum 25 or 50 million with JP, Goldman's, Citi. Yeah, so he had super deep pockets. So the stocks he wanted to buy made no. The knockout price was the price he wanted to take them all at. Yeah, so basically he'd sell the puts, collect the premiums, and then if it got down to the strike price, it'd be the, it'd be where he wanted to buy the stock anyway. So he was taking from both sides of the money. Things you can do when you got really deep pockets. But yeah, I wouldn't know where to start with trading options, if I'm being honest. I just know what his strategy was because I used to speak to the family office on what I was doing for them. And then I'd always hear the strategy calls with Citibank and Goldman's and JP, etc. Okay, so waiting for the wick up on gold. If we get the wick up, we can sell the low of this hourly candle. Oil burns you hard, recovering on gold. Oh, mate, it's never nice. So when I used to trade a lot of commitment of traders reports, natural gas was always nice. If I remember rightly, around I'd always be looking for a seasonal and a commitment of trader signal. I think it was around $3.50. I'll have to come back. Let me have a look. Commodities, open list. I'm just watching commodities. NG, where are you? No, it was lower. Here, 1.5. So this is where I was always looking for natural gas to pop into. Still have the levels on there, but yeah, it's going back a long time now. Right, let's go back to where we were. I don't know. I've been trying to get a read on gold price from. You try. Uh, you're trying to read gold from looking at the DAX. Did you say? DAX is dropping. Yeah, DAX is dropping. But let's see what happens. Hmm, let's bring that down to there actually. Okay, we've got a top wick formed on. Uh, so Silly, I'd avoid the dollar index these days. And I showed, I don't know if it was on YouTube yesterday or with my members, and I'll explain why. Because the dollar index is just it's just basically an inverted chart of the euro dollar now, because it's so heavily weighted. If you actually look at the way that the dollar index is broken down, it's something like 50%, 57% weighted to the euro dollar, about 17% to the yen, 13% to sterling. There's a bit of CAD in there, and there's a Swedish krona. There's no Aussie. There's no Kiwi. Um, the makeup of the dollar index is just so random. Um, if if you wanted to look at the dollar index, I'd kind of create your own dollar index, or just look at all the dollar pairs and then layer them, and then start to mark out on swing points, and then create your own strength matrix based on based on that. Dollar index for me is just old hat now. Um, you want to see something that is when you're looking at all the markets. For example, if you to like, if I just go to this one, go to open list, go to USD strength, right? So you look at the dollar index here, you can see the dollar index is down 0.2%. Why is that? Right, cables up, euros up, Aussies up, Kiwis up. So the four markets where dollar is the quote currency, it's down. Then if we look against the Canadian dollar, the Swiss franc, and the yen, it's down against all of those um, where it's the base currency. So the dollar is down against every market. So today, the dollar's weak. That's how I would look at, and that's just based off a standalone daily move, right? Then what I'd look at is if you want to start marking it out against multiple timeframes, etc., and swing points, and then you can decide whether you want to be a buyer or a seller of the index. And then it's finding whether you want to be a buyer or a seller of dollar. So if dollar's down against everything, then I'd be saying, right, okay, so we know dollar's weak, right? Now I'd go to let's see which one. 0.38. So Aussie's up the most. So I'd probably look at Aussie and say, right, let's have a look at Aussie. Right, Aussie's up against CAD, it's up against yen, it's up against Kiwi, it's up against euro, it's up against pound, it's up against dollar, and it's so Aussie's the strongest and gold and dollar's the weakest. So if I was trading anything today based on what I'm seeing, I'd be looking at long Aussie USD. So I'll go to Aussie USD, say, right, what's the chart telling me? Awful on the daily. It's awful on the daily, but today it's the one that's making the moves. Uh, I wouldn't be looking at anything here. But that's the way I'd look at it. Okay, let's get back to gold, see if we're gonna. Yeah, so look, uh, uh, dollar index make so here you go. So shit, what did I just do? There you go. So if you there you go. Euro 57%, yen 13%, sterling 11.9, CAD 9, Swedish krona 4.2, and Swiss franc 3.6. So basically, you're looking at a euro dollar chart with a few of the bits thrown in. Um, so gold, come on, let's get above there. So we'll wait. Like I said, bias is long. So if you then, what's going on? If you then flip this to a line chart, and then you add in, let's add in euro dollar. Let's go to something like daily or weekly. Oh, hold on a second. I know what I've done. Idiot. I'm looking at it against gold. All right, let's add in a dollar index. Okay, it's not working. Let's get rid of that. Go to DXY and then add in euro dollar. There you go. Basically the inverted. So, and then if you want to throw in dollar Swiss into the mix, you can see that if you just hold your cursor here, dollar index is the blue line, dollar Swiss is the purple line. Look at them, they just move together. Exact same movement. And then if you put on the magenta line, they move invertedly. So as you can see, it's basically doesn't really tell you anything. You might as well just look at euro dollar if you want to look at the dollar index. So to me, it's not really a true. Right, let's get back to gold because I'm starting to see things happening, guys. And so I hope you found that a little bit useful for what it's worth. Okay, we've got 4 minutes waiting for a close above. We've got a few new people just jumped in, so welcome. I'll be on for about another half an hour or so. No, it's all right, mate. Don't worry, you're not distracting me. It's always good to look at different things. I've got alerts set, so the alerts will let me know if it's going to move. And the DAX came down into level, but no setup. Pleasure, mate. Pleasure, no problem at all. Let's get rid of those from yesterday. I'm not going to be doing anything with the NASDAQ just yet. 3 minutes. So anyone else new in this morning? I can see we've got anyone that's new to the channel today. If you are, welcome. It's always nice to see new people. We've got a lot of members in this. Well, we've got a lot of members in this morning. Uh, we've got some. We've got Surly from Oz. We've got Global from Tanzania. Anyone else that's new to the channel? If you are, just say hello. Let me know where you're from. That's never nice when you get to your coffee and it's empty. So yeah, like I said, guys, I will be on until about 7:40 this morning, so it's about another half an hour. Normally I would stay on a bit longer, but today I can't. I have to get a few things ready. Morning, Prem. How are you, mate? Nico from Jamaica. Oh, it's going to be early for you. Oh, no, no, it's going to be late. What is it, about midnight? 11:15? We're getting quite a few from Jamaica at the minute. I don't know if Alan Lynn is. Yeah, we've got a few from Jamaica recently. We've had Sid, we've had Alan, but Alan, was, oh, 114. Wow, you're having a late one. Right, let's see what's happening. I did a late one the other night. I called it a day at 1 a.m. and then I was like, I can't keep my eyes open any lo longer. I've got to be up at 5:30, and then I missed the move because the Asian session, we're seeing some big moves in the Asian session, especially on gold. And lit literally about 15 minutes after I shut my eyes, next time I woke up, gold was down $58. It's like bloody typical. Okay, let's so as it stands, I'm happy to place a short underneath this hourly low. Um, mm, you know what? I'm just going to stick with the bias longs. Based on the hourly, I feel like that we are going to break below this low. Let's have a look. Oh, what just happened there? Ah, look at this. 14 minutes left before the close of the candle. So this what if it pops to the upside, it's gonna go. It's gonna gold doesn't know, but if it pops to the upside, it's probably gonna go without us. Uh, it's breaking. My alerts are just popping now. So I've got to wait for a close above here, guys. I just don't like what it's been doing. The fact that you've had bearish inside candle, then you've had downrange candle with a big wick to the upside. I need to see it close above. I don't want to get caught into something that's just gonna like break the highs and then flip back down into the support level. If it goes without into the zone, if it goes without me, it goes without me. I'm not going to lose any sleep over a trade going without me, but I might lose sleep over getting caught in a trade that I should have just waited an extra 10 minutes for. That giant up happened on the the 10-second chart. My God, you're like Yoko. Uh, One thing I did trade a 1 minute chart on a live stream by mistake once. Don't know if anyone was in. I mean, literally, the only time I'll go down to a 5 minute around news, but that's it. The rest of the time, the lowest I'll go to is 15 minute. 10 second, 5 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, all open. Oh my days. Yeah, I'll just look at the one screen at a time. I need to focus on one thing. If I've got too many things open, I'm all over the place. Yeah, big screens. I just I get distracted. I'll start looking at one thing. That's why I start top down. Like I've got my chat on this screen. I've got MT5 open on this one. I've got my OBS studio on that one so I can see what's happening. And my trading view open on the bottom left. So, but if I have multiple charts open all the time, and time frames, I just get distracted and don't do what I'm meant to do. So look, this is probably it's looking like it's going to go without us here, guys. It's a big old move. See if there's anything coming out about this. Euro stocks futures 1.1%, FX option expiry. That 5 minute candle has just moved 80 point. If it's going up again, I was going to say if we can pull back and tap this level, I'd look at buying the high of that five because we've got like 200 points up for grabs above this, so we've got plenty of free space. I just don't want to buy live at the market heading into waiting for 30 to close. Yeah, 10 minutes to wait. Come on, give us a pull down into the zone. If it pulls back down into this area, then I will look at opportunities. But oh, DAX is dropping as well. Are they gonna? Are we gonna get a setup, or are they just gonna go without us today? 47 points. Look at this. Okay, both could be setting up. Um, if they do, my preference is going to lay with gold. Why do you think that is? Oh, Jesus, come on. Sod's law, this, guys. Just need it to slow down. Why do you think my preference would lay with gold? Yeah, so my concern is this wick here because we've seen the market come up a couple of times. So well done, Peter, on that. Um, I was just waiting for a close above because we'd seen it test and spike up a couple of times and then drop. So, but well done, buddy. That's one way of trading the outside candle. Um, and it's moving for you, pal. It really is. 61.50. Oh, oh, God, got backache. Let's see what we can do. 7 minutes. The setup will still come. We just got to be patient. Yeah, it. My preference would lay with gold. A, because it is with market trend, predominant um, uh, short-term trend, and also because we've got 200 pip range. Whereas you look at the DAX, there was like a 70, 80 pip range below structure. Um, and look at that, it's just coming back above the level. So we're not potentially no setup there. I've not mapped out the NASDQ yet. We'll do that later. It always looks bigger on the lower time frames, so we've still got loads of room to the upside. We just need this next 6 minutes to be relatively kind to us. A bearish candle on the 5 minute would be nice. The next 5 minute bearish candle would be lovely. $0.50 to go. Uh, right, okay, trailing stop hit. Okay, no, nice. Um, so yeah, we're gonna wait for. Right, 5 minute. Let's see a bearish candle now on the five. Let's see if we can get a nice bearish candle on the five, and then we can have an order. 4 minutes, guys. Oh, my little one's stirring. No doubt we might get a visit in a few minutes. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. Right, now we need now we need to see it start coming back in. I don't want it to close back below the level. 3 minutes, well, just under 2.5 minutes, guys. 2.5 minutes, and we can potentially look at sticking a buy above the 30-minute high. Well, it's playing with us today. About a minute and a half to go. Need a little bit more buying pressure to come in here, really. If not, I'm going to... Well, got the 5-minute seller candle. It's tapping the level. Right, 45 seconds. We can... If this holds, then we can put a buy stop above. Twenty seconds, guys. Okay, so it's closed above. All right, let's all right. I'm just putting in a buy stop. Look, I'll show you. TV. Stop loss. Let's just put it at 20, 32.52. 32. Oh shit. 32.51. Right. Okay. Share screen. Where is it? There we go. So buy stop's gone in, guys. Uh, let's. I think let's have a look. 32. So yeah, 32.77 will be extra. Now it's very unlikely I'll get there. Let me just check the high. 32.62, 36. 32.62, 36. 32.62, 36. Yes, yeah, that's fine. 3 points above. Okay, so we're in. We have orders in there, guys. So let's see what happens. Oh, 1 second. I've got a feeling. Alana? Alana? So my little one's just Lana, come in, darling. You need what? Okay, come here, 2 seconds. Let me finish and then I'll take you. All right, sorry guys. Oh, my little princess has just woken up. So, um, right. Should we buy gold or sell it? Should we buy or sell? Okay. So this one's saying gold's gonna go down. So I'm gonna have to wrap up in a couple of seconds, guys. As you can see, got my hands full. Um, but we will just see what happens here. I'm just gonna put a partial TP because I'm just gonna put 20 pip first TP on this one, on the basis that we are with trend, so I would expect to. Yeah, cheers, early. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna sit tight for a minute, but Princess has said gold's going down, so maybe we're gonna break the lows. If she's anything like Mom, she's never wrong. So, oh yeah. Hmm. All right. So 2 minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna have to wrap up. Let's just have a quick look. DAX has DAX has held the level as well. So literally, it is gold that has broken above our desired level, and then we are now looking for a price to just, as you can see on the 5 here, we pull back, we've tapped this area, and now we've put buy stops buy stops above the highs, which is fine. This can keep coming down a little bit, but if it takes out these lows, we'll cancel the order. Okay, so I don't mind it pulling back down. I don't mind it coming into the range. No flip orders though, guys. For those of you that know what a flip is, uh, no flip orders here. We're just going to use buy stops above the highs. Okay, guys, I will 1 minute and then I'm gonna have to go. Daddy duty. Thanks for this morning, Mark. Have to set off to work now. Have a good day. Hey, Simon, take care, buddy. Yeah, nice trade with you this morning on our coaching session. So have a good day, mate. Um, don't don't force anything later. Just be disciplined, mate. Guys, anyone that's been in this morning, if you have enjoyed the stream, please give it a like and comment. Some feedback's always good. Um, the other thing, uh, if you weren't on earlier and you did want to be a member of Trade and Train, we are running a collaboration uh, collaboration partnership with Instant FX Capital now. Anyone that isn't a member, uh, cheers, Peter. Take care, buddy. If they open up an account with Instant FX Capital this next week, you will be entitled to either 30 or 90 days membership with Trade and Train. And that depends on the size of the instant funding account that you get. 3K and 5K instant funding that you can trade up to 60 or 100K will get you 30 days. And then 10K that can trade up to 200, or the 50K that can trade all the way up to 1 million, that will get you 90 days. So it's just a 1 week promotion collaboration we're doing with Instant FX Capital. Check them out, guys. Get your accounts opened, and as soon as they're opened and funded, now because it is a live account, it's instant funding through a brokerage. You do have to go through KYC and AML. You're not just buying a fictitious demo account like you do with most prop firms. You're literally, they're a facilitator, they're not the prop firm themselves. Um, they just provide everything via a brokerage. So go through Instant FX Capital. They've got everything all set up. Once I see the information come through my side, I'll be in contact and I'll get you set up with either 30 or 90 days membership with Trade and Train. Uh, on that note, guys, have a fantastic day. Enjoy your weekend. Everyone here in the UK, Alana, give everyone a wave. No, oh, you want to cuddle? Okay. All right, guys. Well, listen, have a great weekend. Enjoy the long bank holiday, and everyone else, just enjoy your normal weekend. Bye, guys. Take care. You say bye. Good girl.